was a healthier brand, which I liked. I mean, if I was going to be in the store uh, and being around the product all the time, I wanted it to be ideally something that wasn't terrible for me because I'm kind of a fat guy at heart. If I'm around something and I have a bite, usually it's the entire it is going into my belly. So um, I wanted to try to find something that was a little bit healthier. I mean, just especially with my background, trying to be as healthy as possible and stay in good shape. Um, and with Playa, one of the main things that I would always look at with every brand that I was evaluating was just I would try to look at it through the eyes of an investor and how much money am I putting in and what's my ROI potential. And I mean, a lot of the item 19s wouldn't show EBITDA or the profit numbers, but they would show average sales, and then you can kind of just assume most of these QSRs are doing like in the teens, bottom line. So anyway, the sales to the kind of sales to investment ratio was always something that I looked at. And the QSR world, I mean, especially some of these concepts where you're building the building and it's a standalone building. I mean, those numbers can be not super appealing if you're building the store for $2 million and then it's doing like $1.3 million top line. I just couldn't wrap my head around that. And then, I mean, there's a lot of other ones where a lot of this kitchen equipment is pretty expensive, and so these build outs were steep. And then, if you're building the store out for more than what the revenue is that you can expect to be doing yearly, like it's just going to take you a while to get your money back. So I was trying to find concepts where there's a good sales to investment ratio, and there was a few that I looked at that had you could build the store out for around like 500 grand and the AUVs were around like $1 million. And I was like, kind of, again, backing into the numbers, you can expect to get your money back in X number of years. And Playa was like a 3-to-1. I mean, the latest FDD, I think it was like kind of the midpoint investment was a little over $400,000. And the AUVs were just shy, I think, of $1.4 million. And so, I mean, that ratio to me was like the best one that I saw in the QSR space. I mean, there were some that had probably better ones, but again, like they had, less than 10 units open or something. And I just couldn't get on board with that. But